What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay the Boss, and I am back with another reaction video. Oh, my ear. Shit. We are back for another video of Amazing Top 10. Top 10 scary 911 phone calls. Shit, it probably is scary. You never know. But without further ado, let's get straight to it.
Hey, how's it going, you guys? I'm Landon, and thank you guys so much for clicking this video. So it's estimated that 240 million calls are made to 911 dispatchers in the US each year. Dispatchers must have pretty thick skin to be able to act calm and rationally when many people call in for horrific emergencies. So let's take a look at the top 10 scary 911 phone calls. Starting us off at number 10, we have an abducted woman who calls for help.
Is he in the same room with you?
Yes.
Is it his phone you have?
Yes. Are they on the way?
And we have officers for sending.
Please send enough.
This terrifying call was from a desperate woman who was abducted by Sean M. Great. He was actually asleep next to her when she stole his phone and called the police. Thankfully, the police were able to rescue this woman and arrest him at the scene, but unfortunately, the police also discovered the remains of two other victims on the property. She almost became victim number 3. Number 9 brings us to a child murderer. A 17-year-old boy from Texas decided to ruthlessly murder his mother and sister with a .22 revolver because he was inspired by the movie Halloween. After he killed his family in cold blood, he decided to call 911 and confess. Listen.
I just killed my mom and my sister.
What?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
You just killed your mother and your sister? How did you do that?
The truly terrifying part of this phone call is that he actually sounds so calm and unremorseful. Next up at number 8 is the Craigslist baby killer. A woman who was 7 months pregnant replied to an ad on Craigslist for free baby clothes, but when she arrived, she was attacked and stabbed by a deranged woman. The woman used a knife and shattered glass to cut the unborn baby out of the wound. I mean, what is going on?
She cut me
Who cut you?
downstairs. I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Responded to.
Hang on. Hold on.
Please. I'm downstairs.
Okay, who cut you?
This girl.
Is this real life right now? This is incredibly sad and heartbreaking. Alright, moving on from that sickness to number 7, we have a little boy hiding in the closet. A 12-year-old boy desperately called 911 after he was hearing people trying to break down the door and come into the house. They eventually make their way inside the same room as the little boy who was hiding inside of the closet.
People hurt me.
Did they open the door? They opened the door and saw you?
Yes, they saw me.
Okay.
He was home alone and he was smart enough to hide and call 911. You know what? I bet the parents is never gonna leave this boy home alone again, like ever. I think they're gonna invest in like an expensive alarm system because you never know these days. Now at number 6, children attack their parents.
My husband, they drugged us with Xanax. They've attacked us. They're trying to kill us.
These parents were drugged with Xanax, attacked, and held at gunpoint by their own 2 sons. The mother made this frantic 911 call, but she was caught by one of the sons.
I just heard them say, "Where did Mom go?" They headed upstairs now. Hello? The police are out their way.
Thankfully, both of the parents survived and the 2 sons have been arrested. Moving into number 5 is a family's car crash. A family of 4 final moments were captured on this 911 call.
We're approaching the intersection. We're approaching the intersection.
Okay.
We're approaching the intersection. Hold on. Please. Oh, shoot. Oh.
This poor family rented a Toyota Lexus, and they rented it for their vacation, but as soon as they were driving, the accelerator became stuck, causing them to speed into an intersection at 120 miles an hour. This incident and many others led to a massive recall of numerous Toyota models. It's just so sad that so many people died because Toyota failed to catch the issue during production. Number 4 is the Columbine Massacre call. The call was made by a teacher who hid in the library with several other students. This chilling 911 phone call accurately captured the chaos and terror that occurred on that day.
Stay on the phone call.
Do we know where he's at? I'm sorry? Do we know where he's at? Okay. I'm in the library. He's upstairs. He's right outside of here. He's outside? He's outside of this hall. Outside of the hall? Outside of the hall.
During the phone call, you could even hear the gunshots because the shooters were so close to the library. They must have been so terrified because she wasn't able to go to the door and lock it because they were just right outside making their way in. Okay, number 3 brings us to a terrified man in the World Trade Center.
We're looking at the financial center. 2 of us, 2 broken windows. Oh, God!
This call was taken on September 11, 2001, and the phone call came from a man who was on top of the World Trade Center Tower number 2. In the recording, he told the dispatcher that he called his wife and told her that he was alright and that he was leaving the building. But as soon as he hung up the phone, he heard a loud bang and he was trapped in the room. The dispatcher must have felt so helpless because there's just nothing you can do. A mass shooting comes in at number 2. Omar Mateen was the man responsible for the mass shooting that occurred in Pulse nightclub in Orlando. He terrorized and murdered 49 people, but some of the hostages was actually able to call 911.
I remember that story, the Orlando story, but how did he kill that many people? Couldn't they just jumped his ass? Yeah, they could have jumped his ass.
And report the mass shooting.
Listen, sir, I want you to stay where you are, where you feel safe, okay? Keep the phone with you. They have deputies working the incident, or officers working the incident, okay? I have to answer other calls, but keep the phone with you. Stay where you are if you feel safe there, okay?
No, he's gonna kill us.
I can't even imagine what it must have felt like to be in that situation. This phone call sent chills down my spine. Now at number 1 is a little girl who witnessed her mother's death. This 911 call was placed by a 6-year-old girl who begged the man who was attacking her mother to stop.
Hello? Hello?
This was just a small sample of the clip, and I couldn't even finish listening to it. This poor little girl had to witness her mother getting brutally attacked, but you know what? She was so damn brave to call 911. Well, there you guys have it. That was an insane list. If you guys want a part 2, put a hashtag part 2 in the comment section below, and if there's enough demand, we'll make a part 2 of this video. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you guys very soon.
No, told you these shits is crazy, especially these 911 calls. I don't even know if I want to react to the other 911 calls, because the other one was kind of creepy as shit. Creepy as shit to the point I don't even want to watch that shit, especially a couple parts in that. Well, we'll say that for another time. Without all this talk, y'all know what to do. Smash that subscribe button, click that like button. Original video will be down in the link below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Yeah.